Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Wrestling Road Stories. And my name is Tenshi X, the Hokage of Carolinas, one half of Longshots and 1/4 of the Goon Squad.
Nice, man. Thanks for being on the show with us.
Thank you. Thank you for
Glad to
having me.
have you. All right, man. So let's just get this. We'll start it right off, and if you will, just give us what you believe is your worst road story.
Oh, hands down, me falling asleep. Every single road story, every single road we go on to, every time we either it's going to AML, DPW, or any type of wrestling event, I'm always falling asleep. And I'm like when I fall asleep, I'm hunched over, like I'm sitting like this, right? But I'm hunched all the way over, like I'm folded like that. And Bo, one time he was going to DPW, he tried to mimic how I sleep. Like he was like, "This boy Tenchi sits in the back seat, folded, laying like going to sleep." And Bo tried to do it. I was like, "Bo, you're doing it wrong. You're doing it all wrong." So I showed him. He was like, "That? How do you sleep like that?" During the car ride, and I'm like, I don't know. I just sleep.
So no crazy incidences that go on while you're on the road.
No.
Oh man, that's I feel like you might be a little privileged there on your road trips, there, bud. All right, good deal. So I mean, all right, not that bad, but I can understand, like, for you, if you're passing out all the time and you're in an odd position, that could definitely not be as fun. All right, with that note, let's hit us with what's your best road story?
Best road story? I would have to say I don't know because they're all like they're all so good. As like it's just the best moments is where you all like connect with each other through music. Like either like it's like different type of genres like rap, R&B, hip hop, pop, but it's like and some of the artists that we may not know and may know and then we go through and we listen to each other's different type of music and different genres and different playlists. It's mainly through the musics, but like when we get out the car, we're all just bidding. Like we're always just like, always acting out, like always mimicking or not mimicking, but like recreating like, Batista's entrance every single time we go to a gas station or or we just like you just say a bunch of stuff to make each other laugh or something like that. It's just always a good time to like always, I don't know, like not kill the mood, if that makes sense. It's just for instance, PWF, when we ride down to PWF, same thing with the music and like stuff like that. But like once we get into the venue, like once we get inside the building, it's just like all of us is like family. So like we just like as soon as we walk in, it was like, "Hey, Tenchi, how you doing? Oh, hey, Dylan Cross, how you doing? It's Bojack, Bojack." We do all of that, and then like before we get all serious, like me personally, I like doing bits. So like I always pull, Tyler El Guapo aside, and I'm like, Tyler, we're gonna do some Goon Squad bits. So give him the snippets, I give him the bits, and then like out of nowhere, I just jump on Bojack, like jump on Bojack's back, and I would try to choke him out. Oh wait, no, that's the wrong venue. The one venue, I'm so sorry. The one venue was Winston Salem. Was Ace. It was for Ace and Winston Salem. That's when I was like, I'm gonna jump on his back. Then the next time was PWF where I jumped on El Guapo's back. Because this is when I had one of my buddies that's in Goon Squad, Phoenix Nitro, had him record, and then Tyler was standing next. And this is like I said, it says PWF. This is when Tyler was like standing next to Bojack and everybody was, chit chatting. I was just like getting my little accent. I was like, all right, he's standing right there. I was gonna jump on him. And since I couldn't take out Bojack the last time, I'm gonna jump on the Guapo, the other guy who's in the Goon Squad. But the point is I'm gonna see who I can take down. Obviously, me, I think I could take down Tyler. So I jumped on his back. I was like, yeah, and then after that, that was going forward, it didn't go well. Not for me. It didn't go well for me. He not nearly knocked me out. So I still haven't learned my lesson. Somebody else is going to get choked out eventually, but it's fine.
Please tell me you have this online.
Not yet.
I'm gonna need to see that. I like the idea that you have here, especially like you jumping on Bojack. I need to see that.
That was a mistake. But you know what? Hey.
You miss 100% of shots you don't take, man.
Exactly.
I love the idea of the whole family, man. Like that's I take road trips with my family as well, and like my actual family, and even with my friends, and that camaraderie you get on the road trips, and like keeping that energy high. it means a lot. I'm with that, man. From here, I'm gonna tag out to my partner there. She's got some questions for you.
Yes, this is the question portion of the show. So the first question is, what is your go-to place to eat when you're traveling?
Kickback Jack. Kickback Jack. Gotta love me some of those Philly cheesesteak egg rolls. Love them. They're my favorite. Because Bo put me on them, and when I first tried them, and when I first heard it, I was like, Philly cheese egg roll. What was this Philly cheese egg roll? And I tried it. This is the only thing I'm ordering. And ever since I've been going there with the guys, it's nonstop. All I've been ordering.
Nice. Yeah, halfway through my question, as I was asking it, I thought back to BoJack's episode, and I was like, I have a feeling I know the answer to this question already. I'm not near one of those. I'm like a little bit north of Charlotte, so like I'm not really close to one. So if I go there, I should get the Philly cheesesteak egg rolls then.
Yeah.
No,
So, Angel, you know, I'm thinking when we go to WrestleCade, I think we won't be too far from the Kickback Jacks.
No,
it sounds like the place we're gonna need to go to.
You definitely got to get you some egg rolls. You got to get your egg roll Philly cheesesteak. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, Dylan said the same thing, man. So I had a feeling it was coming, man.
The next question we have is a two-part question. So we want to know, who was your first favorite wrestler and who's your favorite wrestler now?
Hands down was Eddie Guerrero. Man, like, and I may not, know a lot about, of Eddie Guerrero, but like, cause I was raised or grew up on towards the 2008 era and then so on. And plus I've been more into video games at that time. I do remember, like, my brother and my father was sitting in the living room and they was just watching this one wrestling match. And it was like Eddie Guerrero versus Rey Mysterio. I believe like it was the middle towards the end part. Like I just saw Eddie just jump off the top rope, cameras flashing, and he did the frog splash. I was like, what just happened? Like, how is he able to get back up from that? You just jumped from a top rope and landed on a human being, rolled off of him, and got back up like it was nothing. So that's what struck me. But going back to like watching his promos, it's top notch. My favorite. Like I love how he gets real, he jokes around, and he tells his story in the most wonderful way that makes me understand. Like, wow, you about to mess somebody up, because like if I came across this fast, no, not fighting him. But no, it's just hands down Eddie Guerrero. Like it's just I like his movesets, I like his charisma, I like his the way he talks on the microphone and stuff like that. I love how he keeps the crowd entertained. All hands down will be always Eddie Guerrero.
So Eddie Guerrero will be the answer to both questions. First, like overall favorite wrestler. Nice. Nice. I like that. Next question is, who is your favorite person to wrestle?
Ooh. Who is my favorite person to wrestle? Hope Crossley does not see this. Diego Hill. This is definitely Diego Hill. I always set a goal to myself is to, like, when I first wrestled him, I was like, okay, he's a bit too fast. He's quick with his hands. He's really flippy and stuff like that. But I was like, no, I'm not gonna, back down from this. My achievement, what I want to achieve is to catch up to Diego Hill. My goal is to like match my speed with Diego Hill. I think this is our third or fourth time wrestling each other. I'm always getting excited to like wrestle him. Like it's always been fun for me. It's always like see what I can take up to like the next level with him, or try to take up to the next level with him. Like I try my best to train so hard to catch up to him. I tried my best to like, not do what he does, but like match it. Like I try my best to show him that I'm able to keep up with him. And that's always been my footstone, like my footnote. Like I always want to keep up with him because he's doing crazy and amazing high flying stuff. And I'm like, I want to do that. I want to do something just like him. And basically saying I want to be like him when I grow up. It's just like the stuff that he can do. It's just like, it's so cool that I want to push myself to do exactly like him. Do what he can do, but do it in my own flavor, if that makes sense. Wrestling him is like it's really fun. It gives me it gives me time to think about what I need to train on, what I need to work on, what I need to do to, just to be at his level. Now, I'm not aiming to shoot over the top, saying I'm better than him. No, God, no. But I would just want to prove a point where in my wrestling career towards him is that I just want to keep up with him. So my favorite person to wrestle is definitely Diego Hill.
That's dope, man. Yeah, Diego's he's cool, man. I enjoy watching Diego. He's got some good footwork, especially on the ropes. That's my dude, man.
Yeah, I mean, anybody that watches Diego Hill, like, I don't know how you can watch him and not think it's anything other than impressive, because he's just he's so athletic. He's just so good. Yeah. Oh, awesome. So like when I watched him wrestle, there was one time, I don't remember what show it was at. But I was thinking, I just remember like looking at him and thinking like, it must be really fun to wrestle him.
Oh yeah.
The next question we have is, do you have a Ricky Morton story?
Yes, I do. So when we were going to the venue at NWA, it was like, wow, this place is huge. Because I didn't know the current wrestlers that wrestled there. I didn't know like they, wrestled at that venue. So it took me to a shock. We're walking around, and I just see like, a dude with long hair, like long white hair. Like 15 to 20 minutes later, we're all sitting down in the cafeteria, like everyone's eating and stuff like that. I'm sitting getting the food, I'm sitting down. And then like I just see like, luggage on the table. So I was like, I don't want to move any of this stuff because it's not my place to move this stuff. So me being me, I moved the luggage onto the ground and I placed it kindly as gently as I could. When Ricky came up to the table, he said, "Hey guys, have you seen my bag?" I was like, oh snap. Because I didn't see his face. I just saw long white hair. So I was like, that was Ricky Morton. That was Ricky Morgan's luggage that I moved. And I was like, oh, I'm so sorry, sir. I'm so sorry. I'll move. I'll put your luggage back. He was like, no, that's fine. It's okay. It's okay. It's fine. I'm like, it's not to me because I just didn't know who you were. So I just moved. I was like, I sat up. He told me to sit down. I was like, okay, I'll eat. And then I was just try to eat. And I couldn't eat. I couldn't eat. I was like, I really touched Ricky Morton's package. I can't believe I did that. And I put it on the ground. I don't want this food no more. So that was my first interaction with Ricky Morton. But he's really nice. He's really genuine. He's funny too. Really funny. But overall, he's really nice.
Yeah. Ricky's he seems. I've only run into him just a couple times. He seems to be a really sweet guy. But yeah, I can imagine that it's just like the horror of like, oh no, I've touched somebody else's stuff, and it's Ricky Morton of all people. Thank you for sharing that with us.
No problem.
The final question is, if you can only watch one wrestling match for the rest of your life, what match would that be?
Rey Mysterio Jr. going against Psychosis.
WCW days, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I saw that because I was scouting out, because I was curious on, Rey Mysterio Jr. because I grew up on, the early 2000s Rey Mysterio. So I was like, and I played as him in one of the Nintendo 64 games. Then I'm like, okay, I need to actually watch his matches because I've been recommended to watch his matches, and I watched it. I sat up so fast, I was like, oh my lord, this is a dope match between him and Psychosis, because like they were going crazy. All of the flipping, all of the suicide dives, all of the like the interactions with the crowd, or the stuff that they did. I was like, I would watch this match over and over. I would watch it over and over. Like that's genuinely my favorite match to watch from him, from Rey Mysterio Jr. Because it's like I said, it's always any wrestler that does like crazy flippy stuff or crazy suicide dives, you got my attention. That's just what I attract to. I attract towards a lot of high flyers, even if they're not high flyers, like, and they still like do one simple crazy flippy stuff. Like, you already got my attention. It literally takes like one flippy move or one suicide dive. That's it. You got my attention. So it's definitely going to be, Rey Mysterio Jr. and Psychosis.
Gotcha. Would that be their? There's a Bash of the Beach match from '96 that had the two of them in it. I'm pretty sure they wrestled more than that, but I think that's the one that stands out when I think of the two of them, because it's a pay-per-view, right? So they always go a little harder on the pay-per-view. I think so. Angel, I'll send you the name of that one.
Yes, please do.
Yeah, they've had some other stuff too, like ECW. I want to say they did like a 2 out of 3 falls at ECW. I don't remember that one too well, but I'm sure it was a banger because the two of them were just.
Now, see, this is gonna upset a lot of people, and when I say this is genuinely true, I did not grow up on ECW, and when I said that before, I've been getting stared down every time I say that. They were like, Tenshi, how did you not watch ECW? I was like, I don't know. I just been watching SmackDown versus Raw, playing the games. I know about CM Punk. I know about Tommy Dreamer, not as much to ECW. So
yeah, but what year were you born?
1999.
Okay, so you were -4 when ECW was a big deal. Like, so I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I get it, you're a wrestler.
No, you're
and
good.
I totally understand it, but my man, you weren't even around when ECW was popping,
That's what.
So
yeah. You gave me a second offense, so I don't have to be stared down or like touch you like that. I'm like, watch it.
Like, yeah, be like, how about I was born first? You've definitely got some defense, but I will tell you though, you like Rey Mysterio, you like those guys, you like your 5 Flyers. Check out some ECW, man. I mean, like Dean Malenko and Eddie Guerrero, some of the best matches you've seen in WCW took place in ECW first.
Okay.
So, yeah, for sure.
That's all the questions that we had. What we like to do now is we like to give you a chance to promote anything you have coming up.
My name is Tenshi X, but on my Twitch is Tenshi Otsumaki. Again, 1/4 of the Goon Squad, and stay tuned for when the Goon Squad vlogs come out again, because eventually they will come out. We're sorry, sorry for keeping you guys waiting on the Goon Squad vlogs. I know everybody's been, wanting them. There's nothing else I have to say on that one.
And if anyone wants to see you wrestling anytime soon, they just want to follow you on your socials.
You can follow me on good old Twitter at Tenshi X9X.
That is all I have for now, Danny.
Yeah, I think that wraps us. All right, my man. Well, I appreciate your time. Thanks for joining us.
Have a good one.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
All right.
Yeah.